communicate what the ministry was doing. And at some point, Honorable Speaker, we missed Honorable CS Nakumicha in her articulation especially and push for the social health authorities, the social health insurance fund. I am happy now, Honorable Speaker, that she has, that work has been taken over by my predecessor, Honorable Aden Duale, and I am very confident that Honorable Duale, as I said here the other week, will do well to actualize universal health coverage in this country. This morning, the PSs have been sworn in, and PS Dr. Oluga, who is going to serve as a PS of medical services, is also a seasoned professional in the medical field, and I want to believe he also do very well together with Honorable Duale. I'm saying that because, Honorable Speaker, I am certain that the foundation that was set by CS Nakumicha, especially in midwifing the process of moving from NHIF to SHIF, she set a very good foundation, and this, Honorable Speaker, puts her at a very good position to now serve as an ambassador locally within the permanent mission of the UN Habitat in Kenya, and she will also be available for consultations with the Ministry of Health, where she will be required from time to time as a former minister to consult and offer guidance to those who are there. Because, Honorable Speaker, many people may have varied opinions on her performance in the Ministry of Health. But by and large, she did exceptionally well, especially considering that she was midwifing a transition from what was a very difficult national health insurance fund, riddled with corruption, and you know the corruption cartels in Mafia House, as was then christened Mafia House, were definitely expected to fight back, and you have seen the pushback that has been there with the Social Health Insurance Fund, because corruption fights back, and we've always said corruption fights back. I don't know why we tend to forget that the corruption cartels that bedevil NHIF are still within this country, Honorable Speaker. And if you doubt, look at the expose that was exposed by some German media house on organ trafficking within a health facility in Eldoret. And you see the same characters around who are being mentioned around that organ trafficking are the same characters who are being mentioned in the theft of public funds at NHIF. Therefore, corruption fights back. And that's why I am very slow at admonishing public officers who have served in this ministry, because I know these very powerful cartels have the capacity to use whatever means they can use to tarnish people's names. And we have seen them using many means, Honorable Speaker, to tarnish even the name of Susan Nakumicha, who, in my estimation, did exceptionally well. Honorable Speaker, I commend her, and I vouch for her for approval as a permanent representative to the UN Habitat Mission in Kenya. Honorable Speaker, let me speak about James Buyekane, Muhati. Muhati, Honorable Speaker, also, as the chair said, and for those who have bothered to go through the report, has served very well and served our country very well as a PS and in various other capacities, even at IEBC. And he is moving on to Guangzhou as a Consul General. Guangzhou, for those who are business people like myself and Honorable Kainan, will tell you that if you have not been to Guangzhou and you're a trader in this country, then you have not been doing any trade. And this is a very important destination for many Kenyan business people who import products from China. And even those who are beginning to do cottage industry in this country, Honorable Speaker, we have many people who go to Guangzhou to learn from the cottage industries that have grown in the city of Guangzhou to be mega industries. And we have very many Kenyans who are now importing even skills and equipment from Guangzhou to come and set up cottage industries in our country, especially around the value chain of agro-processing, Honorable Speaker. And I want to believe that Muhati will do very well in terms of being able to harness our relations between the city of Guangzhou, the province of Guangzhou, the Republic of China, and our country, and more so the business people between the two countries. Abdi Dubat, again, has served as a principal secretary in the government of Kenya, and being a seasoned accountant, he is an accountant. I know that for a fact because we are in the same profession, and I know the trade issues that, again, are there between us and the EAC community, issues to do with disproportionate tariffs amongst our countries, and the push and pull, Honorable Speaker, because you can see now we're in an era of protectionist policies, and everybody wants to protect their own. And Kenya should be no exception. We must protect our own industries, we must protect our own manufacturers and our business people. And therefore, Abdi Dubat has his work cut out at EAC in Arusha to ensure that even as we work together within the East African community and the other regional blocs that are there, Honorable Speaker, that as we encourage trade and open up the African free trade, African free, it's called what? The African Continental Free Trade Area. As we open up, Honorable Speaker, we also protect our own industries. And I want to believe that Abdi Dubat, having been a principal secretary, being a seasoned accountant, Honorable Speaker, will serve very well. I know the Honorable Junet wants us to put the question, but I was also trying to buy time for other reasons, Honorable Speaker, in saying what I am saying, and he knows why. I therefore beg to support before we put the question or before others contribute to put the question.
I would give the Honorable Bissau an opportunity to contribute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I raise to support the motion, and I think all the four candidates are a very good pick. But on the onset, I would like to exceptionally talk about the nominee for the Habitat, Madam Nakumicha, who I also interacted with when I worked at the United Nations myself, when she was working with the University of California as the head of supplies. With her demeanor, experience, I think she's a very good fit. And I think I had the contribution from Honorable Kainan, talking about the agency being technical. I think as much as it's technical, the personality, the zeal, the experience, I think Nakumicha is a very good pick. And for the other picks as well, if you look at the DRC Congo, you need a mind of a person like Engineer Tum. Cool person in those type of environment. And Engineer, PS Muhati as well, who's moving to China, is also a very good pick. So, Mr. Speaker, I support the motion.
The Honorable Dubat, are you going to ask me to put the question?
No, Mr. Speaker, let me just contribute. I didn't want to contribute. Let me say I oppose the motion, Mr. Speaker. I oppose because, Mr. Speaker, you know, we cannot be recycling people who have served in a very high office, and then you give them another office. When will career diplomats get a chance to serve in our diplomatic missions, Mr. Speaker? When are they going to get, Mr. Speaker? Every politician who has failed, every civil servant who has failed, every person who has failed is being dumped in a certain mission somewhere in the world, Mr. Speaker. This is demoralizing our career civil servant. There are people, Mr. Speaker, you heard you were saying majority leader. Now let me do my minority work. This is my minority job now. There is no broad-based on this one.
Leader, order, proceed.
Majority leader, there is no broad-based on this one. There is no broad-based.
Who is mentioning point of order?
Mr. Speaker, you see, they are career civil servants who start their life in a very young age as civil servants who want to work in the world of diplomacy. They start in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from job group something down there. They grow. Then when they reach near deputy ambassador, they get stagnated there. They can never move from there because Junet will be voted out in Suna East, then he will be made an ambassador. Kainan, I can see is most likely after next election is going there. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker,
Order, Honorable Kainan. There's nothing out of order. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker,
Proceed,
Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
Jeanette.
me, I'm of the view, even the government, Mr. Speaker, of Honorable, the late Daniel Teacher of Moi, never did this. Kibaki never did this. This thing started with the Jubilee, Apa. This is of recycling people like the way you recycle Dandora West, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this culture must stop. This culture must end. If, you see, these were people who were serving in high offices. The appointing authority has the prerogative to relieve them of their duties. But by the time he's relieving them of their duties, that means there must have been some problem. There must have been either some incompetency somewhere, some malpractice somewhere. There must be something like that. Or change of loyalty. You know, maybe some went to Amunyoro, who knows?
Order, Honorable Jeanette. Sometimes it has very little to do with efficiency and performance. It has maybe broad-based government. Are you sure?
No. Okay. Mr. Speaker, it's not. Far from it. Far from it. It is about other issues. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to see in a list of 10 diplomatic appointments here, minimum of 6 or 7 career diplomats. Then we can have top-ups of 3. Who are, if Wabushomba loses the way she's going to lose in Githunguri next time, then she can be an ambassador somewhere, Mr. Speaker. Because you can see that the line she has taken is direct to home. But anyway, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to say this, Mr. Speaker, that let us...
What's out of order, Honorable Omuchomba?
Mr. Speaker, you know, I respect you very much as a speaker, and I expect you to protect me from the bullying of the Honorable
he said in the event.
Who is talking about me? There is no election between now and next year. Is he becoming a prophet to prophesy that I'm going to lose in Githunguri? And by the way, who told him that I'm interested anyway? Has he become a prophet? Can he clarify whether he's now becoming a prophet?
Honorable Omuchomba.
He is out of order. We are discussing about people who are going to work as diplomats, not Wamushomba. Wamushomba is the member of parliament, the iron lady from Githunguri, the woman who walks on Fox without shoes.
Order, Honorable Omuchomba. Order.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, Honorable Omuchomba. You can trust the chair will always protect you.
Mr. Speaker.
But this is order. But the Honorable Jeanette said, in the event. In the event is neither here nor there. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I am very sorry to Honorable Muchomba because
you want to be informed by
I was
majority
soliciting
leader.
and lobbying for her that in the event the Munyoro bus gets punctured, I was trying to get her a soft landing, that she can become the ambassador in charge of Githunguri and Kamende area, Mr. Speaker.
Do you order, Honorable Jeanette?
I want
majority leader to inform you. Yes. Okay.
Honorable Speaker, maybe the Honorable Leader of Minority has not heard what the member for Githunguri has said. And I hear what you are saying about what you meant when you said what you said. But the member for Githunguri has told you, has asked who even told you she's interested in running for Member of Parliament for Githunguri. Because she probably knows running will be a futile attempt on those things.
Okay, proceed, Jeanette. Honorable Jeanette.
Mr. Speaker,